Okay, about to go train. It's very rare that I train after one meal in me, but I'm about to meet Martin at the gym. So we're gonna train around 11. Pre-workout, that's a fucking scoop right there. That we're going with. We're gonna be, that's a huge chunk. Okay, guys, the chunks are good in Bloodshot. That means it's a good pre-workout. We're gonna go with 2 scoops of Bloodshot. Saw the Roaring Grape. Okay, so Samson's signature flavor. And then we're gonna mix it with 2 scoops of grape lemonade. I haven't tried this combo before, okay? So, I don't know, it may be too sour to be honest, but I think it's gonna be good. We're gonna do 2 scoops, we're gonna be stimmed the fuck out. So, this is our Hostility Amped, you guys, is our super high stim pre-workout. I'm not a high stim guy, but I'm taking it today because we got a busy week. That's actually really good. It's not sour at all. That's perfect. So yeah, the grape lemonade, Hostility Amped, mega stim pre, Bloodshot, Roaring Grape, killer combo. See y'all. We just got to RTB gym. Martin and I just pulled up. He's gonna be training some legs. I would be training legs, but I'm dealing with like an ankle injury right now, and it's starting to get better. So I'm gonna tell myself, Nick, don't have an ego. Don't train legs, because I trained legs last week and really screwed it up even more than it already was. So we're gonna train some back instead. The equipment is like pretty old school. It's a pretty sick gym. So they've been gracious enough to have us here. People are great atmosphere. We are in Detroit. Today is one day out from Detroit Pro. So we're gonna go to the show tomorrow, to the meet and greet tomorrow. It's gonna be a good time. By the time you're seeing this, Detroit Pro is done. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video and what we're doing tomorrow as well. An off plan, decent amount today for this back workout, just because machine selection is not what I'm used to, but it's like, that doesn't matter. Having enough of that, the ability to just be like, okay, I don't have the machines that I'm used to. I don't have the machines that are on my plan. Having the ability to be like, yo, that's completely fine, and not getting anxious over that is, I think that's something that makes bodybuilding and traveling a little bit more enjoyable, is when you can be like, yo, I don't have, it may be not the ideal situation, but I'm still gonna make the best out of what I need to do for my training. And that's what it's gonna be here. And sometimes those are the best workouts, because sometimes I'm like, I don't have a set plan what I'm doing because the equipment's different. Sometimes those are the workouts I enjoy the most, where I just don't focus on too strict of a form and I just sling some weight. So that's probably what today's workout is gonna be. I'm just gonna get warming up here, and then the first movement we're gonna do is gonna be upper back row, is what I'm thinking. Icarian, where it's just like literally 2 pulleys, sometimes feel the best, like better than a super new seated cable row. Like, this thing is feeling so good, especially just tossing a straight bar on there instead of trying to have the perfect angle of, you know, my grip, my wrist lining up with my elbows. Sometimes just throwing a straight bar on there feels better than trying to make the ideal setup. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one work to set in. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be a good workout. Today, I'm just doing warm-up sets of the movement that I'm starting with to warm up. You know, warming up and getting things limber, getting things moving, like by doing some external, internal rotations for shoulders, doing some other exercises, some dead hangs, you know, some of that. Like, I think it's really good to nail that, build consistency with getting your body ready for the gym, especially, you know, when you're gonna be training pretty heavy. Because I think that's why I've experienced, one of the reasons, not the only reason why I've experienced kind of less quote unquote injuries, you know, as I literally talked earlier about an injured ankle, but that's not from training or nothing. So it's like taking the time early on to really just get in a groove of warming up good, priming the body to training. I'm a believer in that. I don't got to do this crazy 30-minute warm-up routine, okay? Like, I have a certain amount of time that I'm going to be in the gym for the day, okay, with what else I got going on. So I'm going to make the most out of it. And that's, I think, just, it also helps the mobility and flexibility and feeling things differently, feeling things better how you should while you're training. And like those two together is just like a combo of having healthy joints, healthy muscle bellies, you know, not dealing with strains and tears and all this stuff. You know, I think that's something I learned very early on. If I'm always taking time to recover from an injury in the gym, yo, I'm taking so much time away that I can grow that season anyway. You know what I'm saying? So With this one, typically what I would do is I would start with like a chest supported T-bar row, something like that. I'm gonna change it up here today with the equipment that I have available to me. First set, I want to be hitting 7 to 10. I like to go pretty heavy in the first set. And hitting those a little bit of the lower end, okay, of the rep range, okay? But that's not the optimal way to do it, because my sets after this, I may do another one because I'm feeling it today where I'm gonna go heavy again. Or I may back it off to go from that 12 to 15 range, but still do a working set with that, not a back off set. You know, it's one of those, I'm not gonna overthink that shit. I'm gonna do what I feel good doing today. You know what I'm saying? I'm obviously gonna stick to my program and what needs to be targeted, what needs to be hit up, what needs to be brought up, okay? If I just sit here focusing on how ideal I'm doing every single thing of a movement, I'm not gonna grow. I mean, I think that there's some level of, yo, grip it and rip it sometimes. And that's some of the sessions that I enjoy the most. Sometimes when I'm training and Steph's videoing me, she'll be like, literally just what happened. She's taking a photo and I'm just breathing through my mouth after a set. My gum is probably showing them out. I'm like, she's like, Nick, let's be photogenic here now. I'm like, that's something, not good. She's like, God damn it, Nick, you're fucking up the shot. But yo, we are mixing up the inch workout. I'm doing 2 scoops of inch R3, okay? So I'm 2 working sets in right now, and I already want it a little bit more. We'll do a little bit more than 2 scoops. 2 working sets in, mixed on my intra, because I'm training with 1 meal, because we're training early in the morning. Or not early in the morning, we're training in the morning. If I got something like inch R3, where it's got the mushroom complex in it, where it's got nootropic mushrooms in here to help with endurance, to help with focus, like, it makes a significant difference, okay? So, and I want about, per scoop, 20 grams of carbs. I want about 40 grams of carbs in my inch workout, 40, 60. I've done things before where I've done like 100 grams inch workout carbohydrates, and that's when I was 275, and I was like I was fatter than I was now. And it's like, I didn't need 100 grams of inch workout carbohydrates when I was at that point in my life. That was way before I was even pro, and I don't even need that now. Because I'm getting a ton of food in, and I'm on my shit. So I'm always waking up pretty full, okay, and full glycogen. So I don't need crazy amounts of carbs because I'm training with adequate nutrients. But I'd say about 20 to 40 grams for me, sometimes 60 on leg days of inch R3 is perfect. I'll do a scoop of this and also do like 2 scoops of CDX with my inch workout. So I'm not dishing out scoops of this all the time. But it makes a significant difference. But you gotta find, you know, how much carbs fits you and what you feel good on training on. I thought I was gonna drop load by my 3rd set. We just kept full stack the entire time. I'm feeling good today. So I didn't need to lower the load for my 2nd or 3rd set. Like, people hyperfixate on the ideal approach to this shit. Hyperfixate on the optimal set of rep range, the optimal amount of reps, type of reps, etc. Well, you should, but most of the time, from what I see, they should be worried way more, hyperfixating on more if they actually train hard enough, you know? Hyperfixate on how hard you train. Hyperfixate on like how intense the contraction is, you know? Instead of just a rep range. Don't hyperfixate on that. Hyperfixate on how effective your reps are with how hard you're training. That combo, that's what I think about when I'm training. It's like how effective is what I'm doing. Today I was starting off with like lower energy. I'm like, yo, in my mind, if I realize that and I reflect, that's how I'm approaching my first few sets, I gotta flip that switch. I gotta flip the switch and tell myself like, yo, stop being a bitch. That's not how you should be thinking. Don't think about low energy. Don't think about stress from life. Don't think about XYZ, external variable outside the gym. Even if you're fucking tired, fixate, just switch that mental switch in your mind. That's helped me a ton when it comes to setting that standard that you have to exceed every workout. And it starts here. If you approach it with that shitty mind of like, oh, I'm low on energy today. I'm tired. I worked late. You know, oh, fuck, I've had a terrible week because of this happened, etc. Then that's gonna, you walk through the gym doors, cut that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Don't think about that when you're in the gym. And your training sessions will 100% improve. So will your physique, so will your progress, okay? Deal with that shit in the right ways when you're out of the gym. You know what I'm saying? So if you've been struggling, if you feel like that sometimes deters you from an effective workout, I was in the same spot. But that's how I had to think about, okay, when I'm in here, this is the only thing that matters. And then I'm out dealing with what I need to deal with out there. If I keep what's going on outside of the gym, if I keep that in check and I'm holding myself accountable with what's going on outside of bodybuilding and within my life, my family life, friendships, etc. If I keep that in check, then it's gonna reflect over to this, okay? But first and foremost, don't try to perfect everything in here and not taking care of shit out there, okay? Not taking care of your family, not taking care of your loved ones, your partner, your friends, being, you know, building, not being financially smart, not making good financial decisions. That's all comes first before this, okay? Keep that in check, everything in here will just fall where it needs to fall. Don't be the type of person where the only world that matters to you is what's in your gym. And you're not taking care of all the other, even more important shit in your life first. I don't know why I'm still fucking warming up. I'm like, dude, I'm about to do 20 reps of that shit. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Nice, come on. Good. Come on. Good reps, let's go. Good. Good, move, let's go. Move, good, come on. Move, let's go, come on. Give me more. Come on, Marty. Come on, another. Move, good, let's go. Catch your breath, let's get it. Move, good, let's go. Still you, man, let's go. Come on, let's go, give me another. Come on, I just started helping. Work, come on. Yes, sir. Move, come on. Come on, good, there we go. Nice. Good set. Second exercise, we've been talking a little bit. I gotta fucking zone in here. Going with this high row. I really like this. I think it's like a Gen 1 hammer strength high row. It's pretty good for upper back, I like it. Elevates my scapula enough. And I'm able to depress a little bit more to get some like round blade action in there as well. But fantastic exercise. That's something that a lot of people miss with training upper back is scapular elevation as well. I'm gonna go up. Well, that's heavy. A lot of guys, what they do is they won't, what they'll do, they'll like, let's say they're transitioning from powerlifting to bodybuilding. They'll just like change up the way they train. But because for powerlifters, you gotta put on weight for a lot of guys. Some guys can like get away like looking good, powerlifting and shit. You know, I'm like, damn, crazy. I know, I couldn't do that either. Like that's kind of like what I came from before bodybuilding. So most guys would be like, yo, I'm just gonna keep eating the same. And it's like you trying to have that heavy weight work to my advantage, and they get too fat and they transition into bodybuilding, they get enhanced, and they just gain too much weight because they haven't changed, they haven't done what you're doing. You're like, yo, I gotta get my metabolism cranking. I gotta get leaner, get to a leaner state so I can see what I need to work on, and from there gradually build that food up as you're putting on tissue. You know what I'm saying? That's the good way to do it, because one, you're not just putting on weight to put on weight. You know what I'm saying? So you're actually doing it from a health perspective too. Like, yo, I just need to get lean enough for a long bulk. So right now, with where you're at, shit, man, you 2 pounds a week? Roughly? Okay, how long you been dieting again? Nice, okay. So down in how much again? How much total weight? Nice, okay.
A lot of water weight at the beginning.
Bro,
No more.
a rate of loss, a good rate of loss, okay? Not just scale weight, but visually too, is matching up with that rate of loss. I'd say like keep chilling at just like a pound per week. If it goes more than that, make sure you don't forget to like refeed and bring your food up. Bring your food up for a couple days if you're dropping weight too quick. That's good.
I'm not holding my strength, but
That's good. So I just put all this weight away. Now I'm putting it from here to here. We're doing chest supported row, weight rack, next exercise. That's how you gotta restack your weights now. Oh yeah, that's better. So OG chest supported T-bar is a good piece. Yo, when I'm training, I like to feel warm. That's why I haven't taken the shirt off into my stringer yet. Because I like just like get a good sweat going. I feel good when I'm training. Like I feel, my joints feel good. I feel like safe when I'm training heavy. Of course I get on this. There's a fan right on me. And I'm like, literally in my set, I feel like I was doing it in front of a freaking AC unit. I'm like, done back thickness exercises, all the rowing stuff, chest supported stuff. Moving on to lats, probably do 2 lat exercises here. Or not 2 sets, we'll do 2 sets in this one, and then 2 sets on another exercise. Finish it off with some biceps, and then call it a wrap for the day. How I enjoy training lats after I train upper back, if I'm doing then like a kind of like a balanced workout like this, where I'm targeting both on the day. I like the feel of doing lats after upper back because my upper back's smoked at that point, and I feel like it's a lot easier for me to really put a good amount of tension, localized on my lat without my upper back having to, I don't want to say take over, but without my upper back influencing it a whole lot. It's smoked, it's full of blood. It doesn't want to move in its movement pattern, so it's a lot easier for me to kind of just zone in, engage my lats. One, I need to build upper back, so I'm gonna start with that. But it's also nice because it also carries over to if I smoke my upper back, do what I need to do, have intense reps, intense contractions, I've noticed it's easier for me to hit my lats now. Oh. Inch workout, inch R3, the orange is so refreshing. One thing I did last summer after prep, I was still in that like post-show phase of like food was getting high. I was hungry as hell, like more hungry than I was on prep. And I needed something to like curb those sweet tooths. So I would make inch R3 popsicles and ice cubes. And I would put those into my shit. Oh, it was the perfect thing. On prep, I would do the same thing, but with Silo 9. It was like, so little things on prep. Those little bit, like, I don't even want to call it a hack, but like those little things that you kind of look forward to that make it so much better, even on the days that you think it's your worst day possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate using the word suffer on prep, okay? Because it's like, yo, you're choosing to do this. You're choosing to be in this sport. You're choosing to be in this state. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, you want to know what suffering is? Go to a third world country. Fucking go to a children's hospital and tell the kid there that has cancer, like, yo, they're your version of suffering. Like, no. It's like, we're choosing to do this shit. Sometimes it can suck and not be ideal, but yo, enjoy everything about it, the highs and the lows, you know, because there ain't no fucking suffering. It's like, is it really suffering for you? It's not suffering for me. Some days fucking suck when I'm in prep and I'm dieting, I'm, you know, fucking shredded as hell. 2 sets here done, single arm pull downs. I'm gonna do another vertical pull down. And instead of using something like this, where it's a mag grip, okay, I'm gonna use something like this, so it's just round stock, metal on the outside, round stock for handles, okay? Because then I can use my Versa grips, all right? And I don't gotta compromise my grip, and I can just focus on keeping this on my lats, shoulders depressed. I don't know how good it's gonna be with this cable pull down because it's like almost completely over the top of you. So I may have to lean back a little bit more, but that's fine. Just changing the position of where I am on this machine, on this seat, like changing the position if I'm more upright or if I'm bringing my rib cage up so I can pull a little bit more in front of me, can change everything with just a traditional lat pull down, okay? Can change kind of where you're hitting, mostly lat, mid back, more of an upper back focused pull down. It's not just an exercise for one specific thing. That's why I like doing different grips on it. But something so small, like I've been saying this entire video, like the common theme is, yo, I'm making do with some old school equipment, some good shit. And I'm making do with what I got. And if I gotta adjust where I position myself, it's just like common knowledge that you build over time. Like, fuck, I'm out of town for a certain amount of time. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make this as close as possible to what I know really feels good with me at my home gym, okay? Making do with some old school equipment is honestly some of the best workouts. Where we've hit those body fat percentages and weight where we realize at the end, damn, I was just pushing body weight. Yeah. Feel like shit. Yep. Sleep like shit. Yep. Your mood changes.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I've been 273 times, and
yeah.
This was the only time that I should have been there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
I get that.
was finally big enough to be there.
Yes.
Without just getting stupid fat.
Exactly.
And you know me, it's not like I ever get fat, but like.
Right.
When you get uncomfortable, when food's not processing well,
yeah.
Sleep sucks.
People don't realize, like, as you get bigger, as you get fucking bigger and putting on more tissue, the fat accrual affects you differently because you're just holding so much more density now.
Even just like cognitive function.
Yeah, dude.
Working on the computer when you're fat, you're like,
bro, oh my God. So it's like in my mind, I'm like, dude, I got the 293 with abs and square glutes. Yeah. Yep. I'm happy with it. Yep. And my blood pressure's good.
Good abs.
Yeah.
A1C is good, blood pressure's good.
Yep.
You're in a good spot.
That's what I love,
Look
man.
at that.
Me and Marty were just talking. We were just talking about like body composition, gaining weight. You know, how you reach a certain point where you realize, man, I reached this certain weight and I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel healthy. Blood pressure was screwed up. A1C was screwed up. You know, sleep apnea was coming in, etc. That's a good realization to have, so you don't keep getting there in future growth phases and push phases. But like once you get to a spot where you're gaining, you're seeing a really good rate of gain, okay? And you're staying healthy, good body composition. All your health metrics are in a perfect spot. That set point of gaining weight, you get to a spot like, yo, I never thought I'd be 290 with abs and like square glutes. You know what I'm saying? But over time, doing things in an advantageous way, in a healthy way, I hate even saying that, healthy way, but like doing things right so you're not sacrificing and put yourself at a high risk. You get to that set point where it's like, yo, I feel really good at the most I've ever weighed. And that makes the off season so much more enjoyable because you don't have to always think about dieting and always think about, yo, I pushed this off season way too far. I need to start a prep just to kind of get you in that lean mode. I see that happen so many times where guys get way too fat in the off season. And yeah, they're putting on muscle, but then they start a prep and they started prep just for the mental aspect of they got too fat instead of, yo, holding a good body composition for the rest of your off season for 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years maybe, and staying relatively tight. Then you got to lose less on prep. And that's just how it works for me, for my athletes and how I program things for them. Ending with hammers, that's it. Got one more set of those. I'll go pretty much to failure, alternating them, and then I'll go right into both arms at the same time, just to kind of pump out some more. Get a little bit of a rock into it. But I'm like keeping the momentum at my hips and not at my elbows. You know what I'm saying? So difference when I'm doing something like this, okay? At the end of a set, to crank out a few more partials, you know, with some shitty form, I'm not doing this. I'm not bringing my elbows way back here. This is gonna be that momentum in your elbow at that stretch. Bad position for your bicep to be in. There's worse ones to be in, but I keep that hinge right here and just have a little bit of momentum here instead of at my elbows. All right, that is the video for today. Great environment here. Today's workout, guys, was literally just grip it and rip. Do what felt good. My workout today was supposed to be more upper back and rowing, just some of that thickness work, and then lats at the end, you know, but that's exactly what we did. We targeted what we needed to do, regardless of the equipment being a little bit different. Train fucking hard regardless. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna end the video. Doesn't matter if you got the best equipment in the world, the best new tech stuff, the best Panada, et cetera, et cetera. That equipment is great. If you don't have that, it does not give you a fucking excuse to slack off, not train your ass off, and it doesn't give you an excuse to not do what your competition is doing, you know, in another state or even down the road at another gym. I would have my coconut water with me, but I left that in the fridge by accident because we rushed to get here. But hanging with the team tonight, Samson and Martin, Ben, Fuad, all them. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.